Okay, let's look at the subject. The key subjects include English, world languages, arts, maths, economics, science, geography, history. And then when you apply it to the 20th century interdisciplinary themes, global awareness, financial, economics, business, entrepreneurial, literacy, civic literacy, health, and so on and so forth. Actually, there are many more. Now, how do you actually apply it every day? So we give lectures, we give talk, we share and stuff like that. One day, my wife just was reading a magazine, and she just threw me a question. Yeah, you teach all this, you share about all this. Let me give you a scenario. Explain it if you're a teacher, okay? So I'm going to give you this task. Now, a few years back, there is a trend where Chinese people in China, all of a sudden they have a liking for lamb. They like to eat lamb, all right? And this has actually caused the uniform prices of Japan to increase. Now, you're a teacher, explain, why does this happen? Using everything that you have ever learned. Can anybody share? Probably I give you the answer because we don't have much time. Okay, first if you look at economy, all right? First you look at consumer behavior, all right? Why is there a liking for lamb? It's because the Chinese people are making more money. They want a better lifestyle. They think that they deserve more. They want to eat better things, all right? They go for the finest lamb, all right? And when you learn geography, who actually produced lamb? Australia, New Zealand, right? The place that produced lamb, right? Now, basic economic theory, scarcity of resources, all right? What is the opposite of lamb meat? Lamb wool, isn't it? So because of scarcity resources, scarcity of farm space, when there's a high demand of lamb, everybody push all the resources to producing meat for the Chinese people. So when they produce meat, what happens? There'll be shortage of supply for wool to make uniform. When there's a shortage of supply of wool to make uniform, what happens? Basic economic theory. Prices of wool goes up, all right? When prices of wool goes up, that means your raw material to produce the uniform has actually increased, all right? Now, what are the other factors? You look at health literacy, civic literacy, environmental literacy. Now, last time, they're not so stringent about CE compliant. Your chemical, is it hazardous? How do you actually dispose of your chemical? So when the government come out with a ruling that you dispose the chemical properly, all right, it increased costs. All right, you have to be aware, you don't live alone because you borrowed the world from your children, you please put it in the best condition before you give it to your children. So it increased cost again. So all these things, that could be other factors, all right, that has caused the price of uniform in Japan increased by 8%. Ultimately, whatever you learn in school, can you actually earn a living? It's just that, all right? Can you get a job? Can you get a living, earn a living? Now, most of the time when you go to university, by the time you're looking at the fast pace, which is happening in education now, by the time you enter third year, probably whatever you learn in first year, second year may be obsolete. But how do you have the life skills to really adapt to all these changes in technology? Now, we look at Industrial 4.0, all right? Long ago, Industrial 1.0 is clearly defined by the mechanized production, steam engine, all right? A lot of stuff started from there. Then the things that Industry 2.0, you have the mass production, assembly lines, electricity. Things are getting cheaper when you mass produce, all right? Then Industry 3.0 is probably, that's the time where some of us are born, some of you may not be born yet, all right? Where there's automation, there's IT, there's electronics, the discovery of computer, the discovery of internet and stuff like that. Now, sometimes it's luck, like people like Bill Gates and Steve Jobs, they are born in that era of Industry 3.0. When you have a great idea, they implement it, they follow through it, they have the grit to do all the necessary, they became who they are, all right? But will you be the next one in the Industry 4.0 come out with something that is so new and so disruptive that can change the whole world landscape? Think about it. Maybe the idea is, or the idea is with you actually. So never give out the opportunity, but continue to learn and see how it goes, okay? Okay, Education 4.0. How do you actually match Industrial 4.0 and Education 4.0? Let's look at some of the elements of Education 4.0. Anywhere, anytime. That means ubiquitous, right? You sit here, you want to check something, you check immediately. You are in a bus stop, you learn something. Anywhere, all right, bedroom, anything. Now, last time when we are teachers, you can, if a student asks a question, Cikgu, what is this? And stuff like that. You can still use your Kung Fu and say, oh, that's a very good question. I'll tell you tomorrow. Now the students say, no need. I tell you now, Cikgu, I tell you now. Because the library subscribe to this Britannica, right? You wait, I tell you now. Your hugger Cikgu jatuh straight away already. All right? But the important thing to note is that your student will be better than you. You will end up as a facilitator, been there, done that, guide them what to do. All right? If your student is not better than you, or your children is not better than you, then your society has not progressed. All right? You're going backwards. So you have to give up your last 2 chapters of your Kung Fu, teach your children everything, so that they can be better than you. Okay? Now you have personalization, flexible delivery, peer mentoring, practical application, where, why, where, not what, how, modular, problem-based learning. All right? There are some science programs where they give you a problem. All right? And then from the problem, you go and research and find out how to solve this problem. Part of problem-solving skills. When you do that, you'll remember forever, and a lifetime you'll remember how it's been done. It will be imbued in you, just like dye in ink. All right? And student ownership, you make them take responsibility for whatever they do, then they own it. If they fail, they find that they fail, not the teacher fail. All right? Or we do it as a team. We do it together, our project. Okay? And evaluated, not examined, because a lot of stuffs, all right, there's no right or wrong answer. When you enter university, you go and argue whether it's a strong or weak argument. Even in parliament, sometimes you find it so dumb, but they argue until it's passed, all right, whether the argument is strong or weak. Okay, generally the gist of it is, students need to be trained and not taught. You help them with problem-solving skill, train them with the necessary so that they can adapt, all right, accordingly. And then student needs to learn how to find stuff, all right. Now, when we're giving lectures to the librarians, a lot of librarians are kind of down and morally low and say that I'm just a librarian and stuff like that. But I said, why should you feel that way? You look at the librarians in the Western world, in the US, they're saying that, hey, I'm an information professional. All right? You need to search for things. You go Google, search. Not important things, you go to Google. When you want to search for serious stuff, all right, that relates to assignment, your work and stuff like that, you look for me. I'm your librarian. I'm the information professional. What database has the school subscribed or they didn't subscribe? I tell you where to find it, and you learn it right the first time. Don't learn it wrong and watch all the advertisement because you don't have time. Your students don't have time to do so many things because they got so many more and so many new distractions in this current life. All right, just social media alone. Last time we don't have, but now social media alone wastes so much of everybody's time, even a lot of your times too. Okay, in the end, it's basically we need to prepare students for VUCA world. What it means by VUCA world? We, volatile. You, uncertain. C, complex. A, ambiguous. No rules, no laws. You just learn how to solve problems. You throw in a blue ocean. You survive. You swim. But you will be taught certain skills to handle it. When the time comes, you have a certain skill set to solve the problems. All right? Now, people may think that, wow, VUCA is something new. Not new. Even when I go to church, my pastors talk about VUCA. All right? He said, you don't need to worry. Those of you who have religion, or those of you who believe in God, yes, it will be uncertain, it will be complex, it will be ambiguous. Do whatever you do diligently, and have faith in God, because your God will take care of you. All right? It's a big concept. Everybody is preaching and talking about this. Okay, I won't go into this. It's exactly what I shared with you just now. All right, some of the drivers of the Education 4.0, like future skills, people live longer. In Japan, there's a huge aging population. All right, and some of the past huge aging population, you're going to pay tax and you're going to pay the pension. And when you don't have enough money, we're going to tax you more and more and more and more. All right, to pay for the aging population because technology is advanced. Now, the other thing is that you look at a millennial mindset, All right? Millennial mindset, you're dealing with your children now. They think very differently from us. Like the day I wanted to buy a watch. My daughter said, Daddy, why do you buy a watch? Nobody wear a watch. You have your handphone. All right? Why do you want a watch? I said, huh? Really? I never thought of not getting a watch. She says, why do you want to buy a watch? All right? Why do you want to use Facebook? There's so many things else to you. Now, I just got my wife just shared with me yesterday. Do you know that in Sweden they call their children a curling generation? You know what's curling? You watch Olympics, right? The thing where they put the little spinner and everybody rub, and so that the spinner go further, right? All right? That is curling, all right? That means parents actually clear all the obstacles for their children so that the children have the path straight. Our time, tahan lasak, we do everything ourselves. We are hardcore. We survive. We are survivors. Now the children are so weak. Parents clear all the obstacles, buy them a house, a car, and everything before they even graduate. You see not? So our generation is one of the worst ones. You know, we're going to provide for the next generation. All right. So these are some of those concerns. I don't have time to go into more of this, but generally there's a lot of things to learn. Maybe one more thing about, say, collaboration platform. Now in Singapore, 10 years ago, every teacher lived in a digital township called Opal. All right? You have a physical citizenship, you have an online citizenship. Then 2017, wow, 10 minutes only. 2017, people move into all the students move into the digital township. All right? And everybody collaborate. Say you are a Form 1 teacher. Form 1 teacher, all Form 1 teacher that teaches science, you collaborate. Rather than we duplicate resources, you set the northern region, set chapter 1, 2, 3, southern region, 4, 5, 6, east, 7, 8, 9, and so on and so forth. So people collaborate, all right? And everybody contribute worksheets, information into the central database, the content management system.